And therefore we have these Upanishads, they are beautiful conversation, dialogue between a student and a teacher. And the sublime questions which these students ask, they are so marvelous, so beautiful. And based on them, the teaching is also at a very high level. So Pariprashna should ask a question and learn from the teacher. Not just one way, but it should be a dialogue. And another, sevaya. Sevaya means one should do seva of the teacher. Seva, when we do serve, that also is expression of our humility, expression of our surrender, and service is a technique by which we can tune to the teacher. If you serve anyone or anything, you get tuned to that. Serve means constantly you interact and offer your services, you get tuned to a person. And only when we get tuned to our teacher, we will be able to understand the subtler aspect of this philosophy, subtler aspect of truth. Otherwise, it's not possible. Like here, Arjuna was well tuned to Bhagavan Krishna. So whatever he uttered, Arjuna could understand it at a deeper level. Duryodhana and all were not tuned. So even if they had heard, Dhritarashtra was not tuned. Dhritarashtra was sitting listening to the whole Bhagavad Gita. Luckily his eyes were closed, I think. So he was listening to, luckily means, lucky for Sanjaya. So he did not understand a bit. He just listened to the whole Bhagavad Gita. He was quite amazed, stunned, but he did not understand, and he continued with his own life as it was. So we have to develop that attitude of seva. Little bit of seva if we do of our teacher. Even Bhagwan, when he takes avatar, he goes to the Gurukul and he serves. He lives like an ordinary person and serves the teacher and then gets tuned to it. So Pariprashnena Sevaya. Our Pujya Gurudev also went to Swami Taponji Maharaj. And he remained there serving the teacher, leading a very hard, dead life, and constantly studying, inquiring, contemplating, meditating, and in this way he could grasp the truth of the scriptures. So tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam. They will then reveal this knowledge to you. Jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. These jnanis, these tattvadarshis. It's very important. What you call, and the more we are pure and the more we are tuned, we will get the right type of guidance and help. It's like the flowers when they bloom, those bees and those other insects and all, they come attracted. Similarly, when we are properly bloomed, we attract that type of forces from nature, and ultimately we also come across a great teacher also. Many people are in search of great teachers, but we can get great teachers if we are also great seekers. So need not worry about getting a great teacher, worry about becoming a better seeker, a good student, and automatically we will get guidance from various sources. Because ultimately God is the Guru. God, when we talk about God, means Ishvara is a Jivan Mukta Purush. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupaha, that is Ishvara, constantly free. And Ishvara alone speaks through various realized masters. So Ishvara is the ultimate teacher. So Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Okay, that is good. But how do we know that I have gained knowledge? See, as I said, all these verses are linked very beautifully to each other. So I have gone to the teacher, I have learned from the teacher, and I have gained knowledge, I think. But what is the sign like? What is the sign? See, when you go to school, college, they at least give you certificate, which we can show that I have studied engineering. How do you know? ये certificate है, ये तो signature है, seal है university का. But here I have gone to and studied from my teacher. What is the teachers don't give certificates also. So what is the sign? That is now beautifully brought out in the next verse, very important, says, Yajñatva na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandhava yena bhutanya sheshena drakshasyatmanyatho mayi yajñatva na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandhava. Yajñatva, having gained this knowledge, your moha, your delusion will go away. So the result of knowledge is absence of delusion, negation of delusion. Delusion regarding what? Delusion regarding our own self, ultimately. Before that, delusion regarding our duties, delusion regarding our sadhanas, delusion regarding our goal, delusion regarding what is good and bad. So many delusions in our life. Arjuna had this confusion about his duties, whether to fight or not to fight. Then after listening to Bhagavan also, again further delusion, whether to follow this path of knowledge or perform karma. So many delusions, confusions of the mind gets removed through knowledge. Knowledge, we have to check whether I have understood or not by checking whether my delusions have gone or not. Not on the basis of what are the texts I have studied, what are the shlokas I know by heart, how many camps I have attended, how many lectures I have attended, how many gurus I have met and all. That is not the sign of knowledge. Knowledge means, is your delusion gone? Are you convinced? Delusion gone means, are you convinced about your real nature intellectually? Are you convinced about who you are? What is your goal? What is your relationship with this world? What is your relationship with God? Are you convinced? Because that is the knowledge. Knowledge is not information about. Many people think knowledge means information. Information about people and all. About Mahabharata people, what Bhishma did and all. What does it matter what Bhishma did? It is a nice story and all, but ultimately we have to gain knowledge about our own self. So, yajñatva na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandhava. You will not undergo this delusion as you have gone now. All your delusion will disappear. That is one thing. Another thing which knowledge gives is vision. Knowledge gives us vision. Vision. Knowledge makes us see ourselves and the world in a different way altogether. Ena bhutani asheshena drakshasi. Knowledge is that by which drakshasi you will see. How can I see with knowledge? I see with my eyes. With your eyes when you will see one type of world. With your mind if you see, you will see another world. With your emotions if you see a different world. With knowledge of the science and all you see a different world. But with the knowledge of the self, when you see, you see everything entirely different. Like for example, if you learn science, and when the science teaches us about atoms and molecules and all, and then when we look at the world, it gives us a different vision altogether. When science talks about the solar system and all that, how our planet is rotating and revolving, it gives us a different vision altogether. How vast is this cosmos and how we are moving. We are like on a spacecraft only. This earth is like a spacecraft. All of us are astronauts traveling in space. We are not in the same space twice. We keep on moving, God knows where. So science gives us a different vision altogether. Science also says the universe is expanding. It is expanding. Once upon a time it was small. Now it is expanding. So with the knowledge of science, when we look, it shows us a different world. Similarly, with the knowledge of the self, when I look, it shows me a different world altogether. So knowledge gives vision, not information. So, ena bhutani aseshena drakshasi. What will you see? He says you will see asheshena bhutani. All beings, the entire creation you will see. Where? Atmani, in your own self. Bapre. That is the vision, yes. Now when I look, I feel that I am this self and the world is outside me. I am different and world is different. World is outside me. I feel that I am out of the world. But this knowledge will give us that vision by which I will know and experience the whole world in me. Ena bhutani asheshena, without any exception, entire cosmos will be seen in my own self, not in the ego. In that self, which is subtler even than the ego, which is the witness. So if we have gained this vision, then we can say we have gained knowledge. If not, we are just practicing to gain this knowledge. We have not reached. We are just yatris. There is no one ahead and behind also. We don't know who is ahead and who is behind in this yatra. So if we have gained this vision, when we see the entire world in our own self, also ataha mai in Ishvara, because the self and